Take a look at this setup. This is the electro room. What an interesting and high-tech rack. DCS, Orinda, SLab, and of course the speakers, the crowning jewel of it all. Oleg, welcome. Good afternoon. Please tell us how you set everything up here, why it sounds so good, and maybe share some special features, let me tell you. Hello, we are Electro, a Russian manufacturer of acoustic systems. We ourselves design, produce, and sell our own acoustic systems. We have our own showroom in Moscow, where we first displayed our speakers and gradually started adding other interesting, mostly Russian manufacturers. And most of our stand features Russian equipment. So for example, the digital chain is playing. Yes, at the beginning there's an Orinda, then a Miracle Audio DAC, and the amplifier is Alexander Trusov's Behemoth Senior. In the vinyl section of the chain, we use Acoustics, an Electoton phonostage, and an amplifier from SoLab. And we demonstrate all of this with our new acoustic systems. In October at Barvino, we showcased their prototypes. Now this is already the final version with the finished exterior. It really does look awesome. Thank you. You have both metal here and something like glass. There's solid wood and these very interesting grills. We'll also show you the acoustic design at the back, friends. Let me take it off right now. The grill, how much do they cost? How much does someone need to pay to have such beauty at home? Right now, their price is 2.7 million rubles for this finish in American walnut with solid wood. There are other wood options as well. At the very least, we're looking at maple now, possibly ash. And we're currently making 5 pairs in different finishes. You'll be able to choose and match it to your interior design. Really, I agree with you. It will be interesting to see how it's arranged at the back. Overall, the speaker system is technically quite complex. And also in the separate bass chambers here, an acoustic resistance panel is used. And these speakers are filled with sand. This time we really wanted to achieve a combination where, on the one hand, they sound great. And right from the start, we expected that these would be used in large rooms in people's country houses. This is definitely not meant for apartments. Roughly how large of a room can they handle? I think we can handle about 70 square meters. Really that much? I think so, yes. And this is, of course, for large spaces, for people who aren't limited in space. In a way, yes. For smaller rooms, we have our Phantom bookshelf speakers. By the way, they also look very interesting. Thank you. They're all quite different. There are options with ash wood and with leather, which can fit into different, more soft, natural designs or more high-tech technological styles and all that with carbon fiber. That's why they're so different. We try to make them varied for different people with different needs. Can you tell us about the stand? Yes, the stands are ours too. It's so interesting how they're suspended on these cables. I assume that's to provide better isolation, right? So that less vibration is transferred to the equipment. Yes, we designed and manufactured them ourselves here as well. It works, right? Yes. How much better is it? Here, take a look. Let's make it simpler. Take it, like this. You give it a little shake and they move separately, independently from each other. That's what I thought. So they're all the stands are suspended. Is this a solid block? Yes, it's a block, a laminated block, glued together. And what kind of wood is it? Ash. Ash. It dampens vibration better, right? Well, you can try different options. Actually, when it comes to wood, it's more a matter of personal preference. You can use ash, you can use other types of wood, you could try walnut, oak. Yes, absolutely. Here you really have the opportunity to choose what you like. Can I order one from you as well? Yes, we make them. How much does a stand like that cost? Right now, the price for ash is about 95,000 per tier. So that means, well, yeah. So 500,000. Well, a bit less than that, 400. Well, a little under 400. Got it. Oleg, how much are your carbon and leather bookshelf speakers? Our Phantoms come in 2 versions. The leather one costs 440,000 rubles. Here you can choose the color of the leather. You can choose the panel, so it can be like this one with ash. If someone prefers the look of natural wood, we can make them from MDF and just paint them. So basically it's however you like. 440,000 for a pair, up, and 485,000 for a pair with stands. These are our own branded stands, matching the design with the right color, and they form a single unified structure with a rigid screw connection. There's also a carbon version, 930,000 for a pair. Can you set up a home theater with them? What would you add for the center channel? We don't make a center channel, or subwoofers. But you can use these and add something else. Good sub. Peter is the developer, the chief designer of these acoustic systems. Is that right? Hello again. So tell us a bit. What kind of drivers, what technologies, what innovative features have you implemented in these acoustic systems?
The drivers are French from a European manufacturer with quite high sensitivity, 94 decibels.
That's impressive, yes.
The woofer used here is probably one of the lightest modern industrial drivers. That is, it's lightweight paper, it's with low mass paper. At the bottom here as well, it's paper with a special coating and titanium, tweeters. So the acoustic design used here is a rear acoustic resistance panel. Yes, for the low frequencies and the mid-range and high frequency, block is in a separate enclosure with a so-called cardioid acoustic panel, right? That means it projects to the side, widening the directivity pattern in the lower mid-range. That's it. All the speakers are isolated from vibrations using special vibration damping mounts. So the movement and vibration of the speakers are not transmitted to the cabinet. Yes, exactly. In other words, the panel is practically dead. The cabinet is filled with sand inside the walls, so they don't resonate or contribute any sound at all. That's it. And at the back, there's a special sand chamber with about 35 kilograms of sand, which damps the vibrations of the woofer basket. Right. And the rear panel is also active. In other words, the moment of inertia from the speaker is transferred to the rear panel, where it's absorbed by the internal mechanism of the adjustable sand chamber. Thanks to this, we get, so to speak, the speakers don't require any special vibration isolation, because you could say that the speaker itself acts as a vibration, like a sand chamber, right? In other words, the speaker itself is a sand chamber.
By the way, it's interesting. You have a standard connection, not bi-wiring. Why did you choose that? Many top manufacturers, like Magico, for example, with speakers costing tens of millions, choose exactly this type of connection.
Well, because...
Make sense?
Because all the internal wiring has already been calculated. That is, inside wires from 4 different manufacturers are used. Yes, for the low frequency coil, it's actually multi-wiring, really, right? That is 2 by 4 squares, that is 8 squares, right? So there are no connections. They're below 4 square millimeters in these speakers, right? And each wire in every circuit is specially selected, exactly the ones needed. That's it. And that's why it's better when it's balanced, meaning the sound is already balanced by us from the start.
But the wires do have an impact, right? When you choose different ones.
Yes, of course. We pay very close attention to what is inside the speaker systems, both as in terms of the wiring and in terms of what we have on the circuit board. We have our own technology, which has already become traditional for our printed circuit boards. That is, the circuit boards are made with 1 millimeter sheet copper. These are the production scraps from our circuit boards. So the traces, they are cut out. Oh, yes, exactly. And accordingly, in this column, there are about 1.5 to 6 squares on the board.
How long does it take to manufacture a speaker system from scratch?
Well,
let's say you receive an order. How much time do you need to make it?
Well, I think it takes about a month. Right now, we're making a small batch of 5 pairs. So we immediately work in small series, right? That's it. The enclosures, the layered internal enclosure, and then you can choose the finish and so on. So basically, we move forward at a fairly industrial pace right from the start.
It's nice that high-end audio acoustics are being made in Russia. So we'll support you and tell people about you. Thank you.
Thank you.